Ready?
Hey everyone, welcome to our mock draft here today. Really excited to get this going. We have 5 participants for you guys, so hope you guys are excited to check this out. So I'm just going to share my screen here and I'll show you the mock draft, and then I'll just enter the picks as everybody goes along, if that's okay with everybody. Let's hope I know how to do this right. Yeah, okay,
Yep.
perfect. Awesome. You guys can see that okay?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so who's first pick?
I believe it's me.
Go for it.
And I do believe that it's a pretty self-explanatory pick is it's Ashton Gianti.
Okay. So that's pick one. So Ashton Gianti for Brian, pick one. I think that's everybody knows that that's going to be pick one. So I don't think there's any surprise there. Pick two is Chris.
All right, yeah. So I think this is where it kind of go one of two ways, just depending on the boy Brian ends up kind of if he ends up flipping Godwin or not. And at the moment, his current keepers include Godwin, so I'm gonna kind of just go based off that. But just looking overall, I think his running back room is a bit more secure than his receiver room, and the obvious choice in most people's drafts, I feel like, would be Hampton, but I think adding Travis Hunter here would be smart long term. And in a redraft league for at least for the next few years, I think he's a solid keeper to double up on points. And you can slot him in at that DB position if you want to. And yeah, pretty sure.
That's fair. So let me just set that. Travis Hunter. Well, I mean, I think Brian's in a great position here to get the best running back and best wide receiver, rookie wide receiver in the draft at 1-2. So don't think he would feel bad about that one. So I think we got Brian, you're at 3, right?
Yep. So yeah, no, the Travis Hunter pick makes sense for sure. Kind of leaves a tough predicament for number three because, in my opinion, you got two players. It's O'Marion Hampton and Travion Henderson. And if I were going at three, I'm going Travion Henderson at three. I think he's going to be the better back. I think he's going to be New England's answer to their position there.
Ooh. I think Ryan and Deuce Bombers would be pretty upset with Kalen at 3 if he goes Henderson being a Patriots fan. So that'll be interesting to see if that actually develops. All right, so I think it's you, Kalen, at 4, yeah?
Yeah, so at pick four, just kind of self-explanatory. We're looking at probably a Marion Hampton here, I would say.
That's fair. I think he's a logical pick there, unless you like maybe Tet McMillan or someone like that. So Adam Marion Hampton. I'll be honest, I'm really pissed off that I actually have to pick this pick at 5 because obviously I pick at 6. And whatever Dushan does at 5 is really going to affect my pick at 6. But I'm an honest dude. So, Dushan needs a running back desperately. And, I think that's going to be the pick here. And I think he's going to go with somebody who I think may just have more of an opportunity to get touchdowns just because he's a big bodied running back. And I don't really trust Aaron Rodgers considering how old he is. So I am going to go with Caleb Johnson here for Dushan, just because I think he will be involved in that offense early on. And we go back to Lucas at 6.
Well, it's your pick here, Kamish. I could honestly see you going either way, wide receiver or running back. I think it's RJ Harvey or Ted McMillan, but I think you take Ted McMillan here at the 6.
Were you in
Mm-hmm.
Dynasty? You did see me fucking cut up Milan when he picked that McMillan, right?
Oh, I don't seem to recall it.
All
Oh,
right.
he's saying that's the best pick for you. So
I'm putting it
I
in.
don't agree with that pick either. But
I
some
don't
people
trust
I
might
do
Bryce
have him.
believe
Young.
in Bryce Young, so
No, Bryce Young.
I mean, who's the Carolina fan. Is that no more? That's the Carolina fan. That's you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do you, yeah. Well, I mean, you
Just
know
being
that
on
team better than all of us.
just being honest, I would expect pretty at least a decent floor of like an 8-8 team this year at minimum. So
Mm.
I think the touches are going to be there for passing. Look at just go back and look at the last I'd say six games of the end of the season. Bryce he did amazing. So I think he does a good job of distributing the ball as well. So it's not like just focusing in on one person as well.
Yeah.
I think Thielen, Leggett, McMillan, I think they're all gonna get their touches.
Love it. So we got pick 7 now. That would be Milan in the 6 for Chris to pick for.
Yeah, and honestly, that pick kind of just threw me off a little bit, because Harvey, I do think he's got the potential to take over that backfield and that kind of Alvin Kamara type role, for Sean Payton's offense. But they did just sign J.K. Dobbins within this past month, so I mean that's kind of thrown off a lot of people in terms of his starting potential. And there's reports that Dobbins is going to be the Week 1 starter as long as he doesn't fall or injury in camp. So I think here we will just go ahead and pick the obvious one to go RJ Harvey.
Okay. And sorry for whatever that voice was there. I don't know what that was all about, but just
It's
ignore
all
it
good.
for now. Okay, so pick 8, it's Brian picking for Stewart and Sky Blue Army.
I don't know much about Stewart's team, so
He's keeping 4 wide receivers, I think.
oh,
Or
okay.
maybe
All right.
not, but you can see the keepers at the bottom. I'll tell you what he's keeping right now. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the draft board and yours at the same time, so I'm just doing
Yeah,
it all in one.
he's keeping 4 wide receivers and Kyler Murray.
Okay. All right. Well, he needs a running back. I see tight end Tyler Warren there. I just don't trust the quarterback room. You know what? This might be where that risk comes in, and he just decides that things are going to work out, and Quinshawn Judkins goes off the board.
I mean, he did take the grace. So, you know what? This pick isn't that bad, in my opinion, because I don't think Stewart really is focused on winning this year because obviously he's not going to win any money. So, I don't think that's a super bad pick. The next pick now is pick 9, and that's another new team here, Klenji and Vlad. And I believe it's Kalen next.
Yeah, so just looking at his keepers here, he's got Drake May, Brock Bowers, Brandon Ayuk, could be questionable there. JSN, Chase Brown, and Walker as his keepers. Pretty low on running backs. Is ETN still available?
ETN?
Yeah.
Let me look.
I think
I'm
he's
pretty
somebody.
sure he's being kept.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's being kept by Ramrods.
I think looking at just his keepers here, it's either running back or tight end. I think we're going to have to go with. I am going to go with Tyler Warren here. Lada.
I heard he's having a good camp. It's just hard to trust that room, you know?
It is.
All right, so pick 10. That is me. It was originally my pick, but it's now Milan in the 6's pick. And it's important to look at the fact that no more already went RJ Harvey. And Milan is desperate for running backs. There's 2 ways he could go here, right? He has an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm just going to pick another rookie running back, and eventually one of these guys is going to pan out, you think? Or, he's got a lot of picks now. He's like, you know what, I'm kind of in win now mode. And sometimes you just got to pick the best person who could be left on the board that's going to get you a lot of points. And right now, that appears to be DJ Moore. So I'm going to go DJ Moore for Milan in this spot. I'm gonna move this.
Alrighty, so I think that brings me to pick 11 for you again, Kamish.
Yeah.
Um, I think since I picked the wide receiver for you earlier, I think you're gonna go running back for this one, and I think you'll take Cam Scatterbo. I believe you did pick him in Dynasty as well, yeah?
No, I didn't, but I was somewhat
Ah.
high on him. You picked me Tet McMillan, so you already fucked me for this entire first round, Lucas.
Well, maybe Chris will take him in a trade.
I definitely don't like these first two picks for me. I wish it wasn't Lucas picking for me. All right, so we got pick 12 here, and it looks like we're landing on Finito.
Yep. And looking at his keepers, it looks like he's going running back heavy with Pacheco, Montgomery, and Achan. He also does have Puka and Brock Purdy at quarterback. I'm not as high on Brock Purdy as a lot of people, but he does have the weapons around him to be successful. But whether they're healthy or not is the big concern going into this year, especially after losing Debo to Washington. So I think the smart play would either be to go receiver or tight end. But the best tight end on the board now that Warren's off is Mark Andrews and then Colston Loveland. Caleb Williams is not having a good start to camp from what I've read. Mark Andrews is probably a safe floor, but I'm going to go receiver and go with Abuka for Tampa Bay. I think he'll be a solid keeper here in a year or two, and if Godwin takes any more time to ramp up, and they're bringing him along slowly, if he takes to half the season, then that's just more opportunity for him.
I like that pick. Okay, so we got pick 13, and we're landing on Suhino, and I believe that's you, Brian.
Okay, can you just help me with Suhino's keepers?
Yeah, for sure. He's got TJ Hawkinson, Tyreek Hill, Nico Collins, Rashid Shaheed, and J.K. Dobbins.
Wow. Okay. Well, I was thinking wide receiver for him for sure, but I mean, he's got an abundance of them. So, I see a player that I'd probably be drafting if I were him, but I start scrolling through the running back list, and things are starting to thin out already. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Najee Harris has one eyeball. Like Jay Blue sounds like he's a lazy player. You know what? I think Suhino likes his you know, you know what? I'm gonna load it up. I am gonna go. I think he's gonna want the young guy. A lot of mouths to feed there, but I'm gonna go Golden at wide receiver for him because I think he's from the options there probably his best chance of getting a keeper there.
All right. So that brings us to pick 14, and that is now Vlad's pick. So at pick 9, I believe we went Tyler Warren for Vlad. Pick 14, I believe this is you, right, Kalen?
Yeah, it'll be me again here. Obviously, looking at Vlada, he's only still got one running back on his roster. Looking at best available running backs, it's getting a little chintzy here. It's basically going to be a toss-up between, I'm thinking, Javonte Williams and Harris. I'm going to go with Javonte Williams just with the uncertainties with the running backs in Dallas right now. I think he's probably primed to be RB1 coming out of camp, but it could be a mystery down in Jerry World. So this could be a risky pick.
All right, that's fair. I mean, it's clear that running backs are at a premium right now, which is just crazy. It looks like I'm on pick 15 here. And I like Billsy Bob's the fact that he has one of the best quarterbacks and Josh Allen, you could arguably say the best wide receiver. and Jamar Chase, and then he has three running backs being kept. So, I do like the position he's put himself into here. And it's really just down to, okay, well, I'm thinking he's going wide receiver. It's just, is he going to go more of an established veteran, like a guy like Khalil Shakir or Jawan Jennings for the points? Or is he going to be looking at future keepers like a guy like Jaden Higgins, maybe a Burden or a Trey Harris? You know what? I think Billsy Bobs is a Buffalo fan. He lives in Toronto, right? It's clear he's a Buffalo fan. He has Josh Allen. I think he's going to go double dip here. I think he's going to go Khalil Shakir to try to get those double dip points with Josh Allen and Khalil Shakir, hopefully getting those touchdowns for him. Billsy Bobs also has a fair amount of picks this year, so I do feel like he's in win now mode, which makes me think he might go veteran here. And we get to pick 16 now, and that is Lucas for Too Good for a Name.
Yeah, well, you start to wonder when will the first quarterback come off the board, but I don't think it's here. He has three wide receivers as keeper. I think Khalil Shakir was one of the options I had for him, but I think he has to go with a running back. And best available is Najee. I believe it'll be a timeshare in LA this year. Of course, the eye injury on the 4th of July, but I think it won't affect his running abilities. So
He has,
Najee Harris.
Najee
but he
Harris.
has one.
That's a risky one.
That's a risky one for sure.
It is, but I think he needs the running back help. So
I think you're just see too much blue and yellow in your eyes right now.
All right, so we got pick 17. That's BC Lions for Chris.
Yeah, and looking at his pick situation, it is not very ideal. So I think this would be a prime pick that could possibly be moved before or during the draft for him to kind of load up on a few more picks in the top 10. Uh, just looking currently at his keepers, Caleb Williams, as I mentioned a little bit ago, not having a good camp in that new Ben Johnson offense. So questionable quarterback right now. He's got one receiver in DK Metcalf, and then he's got James Cook, who is also in a holdout situation with Buffalo with it over his contract. And then you got James Conner and Jahmyr Gibbs, who are two fantasy stud running backs. So I feel like he's a bit more secure in the running back room. So I would say we're going either tight end or receiver. And I think it just boils down to, do you want youth for a keeper or do you want to try to compete? And I think it just all depends if he actually trades out of this pick or not. So I think he'll go a young guy here just to kind of shore up his keepers in the future. And I say he goes Jaden Higgins at receiver.
Good pick.
Mm.
All right, so we land on pick 18. That is Storm for Brian.
Can you help me with the keepers?
She has Jameis Williams, Addison, Cortland Sutton, Derrick Henry, Jalen Warren.
Wow. Okay. So I see that as to balance out that offense, be a running back. I know Storm doesn't have a great pick situation. I think there's going to be a change in Jacksonville with Etienne. And I do believe that he's out of there this year. And I know it's a risk because of the round he was taken in, but I'm going to go Tootin in that position. I think he could take over that halfway through the year. She's not challenging for a championship. Bit of a risk, but I'm going Tootin.
All right, so we get to pick 19. That's going to be Lucas for Kalen.
Oof. The cream of the crop for the running backs for Lucas just got worse. I mean, only Bucky Irving as his running back. Looking at his picks, keepers here, he's got Herbert, obviously. Pickens, Downs is going to be questionable. Also, again with that quarterback room, obviously McConkey as well. and he rounds out with Parsons at the end there. Oh, I mean, running backs just got thinner and thinner. I think looking at the mock draft, I think he'd be smart to move up and grab a running back. But I am going to go with tight end for him here. I'm going to go with Colston Loveland.
Wow. A lot of people have faith in Caleb Williams this year.
I know I don't.
I don't either.
Yeah,
Anybody want?
it said the first day of camp that on the very first pass on 11 or 7-on-7s, he threw an interception.
Yeah, guy looks terrible. He really does.
If he paints his nails black, I heard he throws 50-50 balls 100%. So,
all right, so we're in a position now with Chris and no more picking his first pick here. And I like what Chris you've done this year in terms of just making this team relevant, right? Like it takes a couple of years to make the team relevant. Traded me, Burrow, you got some draft capital, then you use that draft capital to get a couple of keepers like Ingram and Myers on the cheap. So I do like what you've done there. I think you are trying to win this year. I really do, which makes me think you're going to go with a veteran wide receiver. It just comes down to, for me, which one. And I think you're going to go with, there's two clear-cut WR1s there, I feel. It's Jawan Jennings or Stephon Diggs. You just told me you're not high on Purdy. So I think if it was going to be a veteran wide receiver for you, it would be Stephon Diggs. You might go with Trey Harris, but there's another rookie wide receiver in LA that looks pretty good as well. So I'm gonna go veteran for you. I'm gonna go Stephon Diggs. Might not be the pick for you, but I do think Diggs will put up some points this year in New England.
Well, I definitely don't think it's a crazy out there pick.
Right on. Well, what do you guys think? I think I can tell you right now the picks that Lucas made for me, I'm not doing.
Yeah, there's still some good players left for round two for sure, especially a wide receiver. But I mean, I think I look at that running back, what's left, and wow, it's a real crapshoot. After that, I really think that there's a few names there that I know me and Kamish have discussed, but man, it starts thinning out. So a few good tight ends, few good wide receivers, but running back, yikes.
Yeah, because realistically, you only have about maybe 10 to 15 more running backs that are in a third down role that you can select. That's going to be dicey.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're sitting after round one and you got one running back on one, maybe even two, depending on where you draft next in those following rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're just taking a crapshoot pick.
It might
For
start
sure.
another run on them.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm picking 19. I think if I want to get a decent running back, got to trade up to the top 10 at least.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
I mean, if you look too, I'm picking the first two picks in round two. So there's so much I could do there too. Like I could screw everyone over and pick two more running backs just to thin it out even more. But then again, I'm taking that risk, right? So anyways, it's gonna
Yeah.
be a lot of fun, guys. I can't wait to see you guys in a couple of weeks and we're doing this for real. I really hope that you guys are enjoying the LOC this year. I think it's been a shit ton of fun so far. And I'm really looking forward to what the league can bring. And I just want to thank you guys for coming on today.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Kamish.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
everyone.
Thanks for the work.
Yeah.